Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out one in 1/48 scale diecast from Hobbymaster. Of course, it is, as you can see, a Supermarine Spitfire. Now this is the Mark 1X or Mark 9, as you can see there, right there. It is from the RAAF's number 453 Squadron, which was formed in 1941 during World War II, obviously. Now it would see combat first in Malaya and the Singapore campaigns. They would suffer heavy losses and were virtually wiped out, so it was disbanded in March of 1942. But it would be reformed again in Britain in mid-1942 to take part in the fighting against German forces until it was disbanded in 1946 after the war. Now, the squadron would actually be raised again in 2011, but as an air traffic control unit, a duty which it still actually currently performs. Now, our aircraft here was flown by Australian pilot Henry Lacy Smith. Now, while on mission over Normandy on June 11 in 1944, the aircraft was hit by flak and crashed into a canal, killing Smith, aged just 27, who had just been married the year before. Now, he was initially listed as missing in action, but in 2010, his aircraft here was discovered in the canal, and after 5 months, his remains were recovered and were buried, giving full military honours in the Ranville Cemetery in France. Now, unfortunately, a sad ending for him, but we do honour him with this aircraft here. That is pretty cool. The usual standard of Hobbymasters or 1/48 scale aircraft. But it's no good in the box, is it? So what we'll do is we'll get this Spitty out and get our hands on it and check it out. Now, I did buy this second-hand because obviously this is a bit of an older model, so that is the stand it does come with. And that is the stand all put together. It is a metal shaft and the top and the base is plastic. And we'll get this lid open and have a little look. So there is a little pilot figure in there and we'll have a little look. It is the generic type of 1/48 scale Allied pilot. It is pretty nice. And we'll get this Spitfire out and have a little look. Let's see if we can get it to pop out. It should come out easy since it is second hand. All right. Now, obviously, well, the only other details that's missing from this is the antenna. Let us put that in. And of course, that just drops out, and there is a little in-flight part for the tail wheel, which we will put in. That is all set up for in-flight, really. If that little antenna stays in place, it's quite loose, as you can see. That's probably, you got to, that was a bit of a crunch then. You got to be careful with the wingtips on these Spitfires. I keep forgetting, because they are plastic on the ends here, and they do come off really easy. But this does look very nice, though. We'll zoom in and have a look at some of the details. As you can see, the beautiful panel lines and some rivet details in there. There is a little bit of dust on it, does look like. I think with these, this does come off, which it does, to show you some beautiful gun details in there. That is always pretty cool. You can see the D-Day stripes are a bit over the big roundel there. Oh, bugger. I just noticed the rear vision mirror on the front of the canopy is snapped off. But there should be a little mirror on top of that front windshield. You can see a little bit of the gauge detail in there, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it is a little bit dusty. As I said, it was a second-hand purchase. But the actual markings itself is really nice. We'll have to hold on to this when we turn it over because that'll drop off. And there's some really great detail underneath there. You can see the chutes for the shells ejecting out under the wing. It does look to have its main landing gear retracted, so you can pull them out. Yep, very nice. That does look pretty cool. And, of course, the propeller does spin nicely. We'll zoom out a fraction. And we'll whack it on the stand. What do you reckon? Let's see if we can manage that. So that's the stand, and you should be able to just put it under, just under here, I think, like that, just there. And that should be your sweet-looking Spitfire on the stand. And that does look pretty cool. I suppose we better put this little piece back in. But yeah, I reckon it does come up very nicely, of course. To put it gear down should be a very straightforward process. Let's try that. No doubt that aerial's going to fall out. Yep, it does. And of course, what we just put in does drop out. So you should be able to just pull these out. This is a really good sort of design on these. It does make it a bit easier. And then, of course, you just take that piece out and we should be able to put in the tail wheel there. And that is a job done in regards to that. And, yep, not much to do at all. It looks fantastic. And that is your gear down Spitfire ready to go if it had stopped falling apart. So that is pretty cool. I like it. And I suppose, how about we get some scales out and see what we can weigh this beast out. So this is, yeah, good old 1/48 scale Spitfire. It does weigh 315 grams. So that's not too bad. All right, we'll wind up the video. So I will do the usual and take some photos of this, of course, and I'll throw them on at the end of the video. So if you did find this video helpful and enjoyed looking at this, some of these my way would be awesome. And of course, don't forget, if you're watching and have yet to subscribe to the channel, feel free to do that as well. All right, everyone, thank you so much for dropping past again to the channel, and I hope you enjoyed checking out this beautiful looking Spitfire here from Hobby Master. Thanks again for dropping past. You all have an awesome rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.